I'm a bit under the weather right now, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to kind of learn how to visualize because I'm kind of too ill to play outside, especially since it's also raining, so I can't really play either way. So I thought to myself, how can I get better at my craft? How can I become a better shooter? How can I just become a better player, increase my performance? And you hear a lot about visualization, and everyone kind of explains like the science behind it, but no one just kind of tells you like their own experience with it, or just tells you how to do it properly. They always tell you like, find like a relaxing spot and just kind of close your eyes. And then everyone says different things, and it gets kind of confusing. And if you're like me, you kind of find it hard to just sit still, just without any kind of sort of stimulation like your phone. And it can get tough. I don't have ADHD, but it can get quite tough to just naturally just sit and do nothing. I'm trying to get better at that. I want to get better at that so I can actually visualize better. But so what I've noticed so far, and I only just started this, so I have so much more to learn and share with you guys, but I would, right before I go to bed, I'm laying in bed, right? And I start just imagining myself just shooting the basketball. I don't hear any sounds, or I don't smell or feel anything. I just see. That's the only sense I have when I close my eyes. I just imagine myself just shooting the ball. I start off with free throws, or not free throws, from the 3-point line. So I'm shooting the ball outside the perimeter, and it's hitting the back of the rim as it goes in. That's always what I aim for, to hit the back of the rim. And that's kind of what I did from multiple angles. And this is the cool thing. After that, I started to be inside the rim, and I would kind of do, if you ever watch like Jason Statham, like he does this kind of side step back move in the 1v1, and then he kind of shoots it and it goes in. That's what I was doing, just right inside the perimeter. And then I started like to incorporate like a different person. So I was actually playing against a person, and I was doing the moves against them. So what I noticed from those three things is that it was easier just to mentally start off with like a really simple repetitive task, just like by just shooting the ball just from this angle, and then from this angle, and then from this angle. And then later I put in more mental effort into kind of creating like a different scenario. So okay, now I'm making more moves. So that took more mental energy out of me. And I wouldn't recommend doing this right before bed, because sleep is important. I literally wrote a whole ebook about sleep. And visualizing before sleep kind of does the opposite thing. You're gonna get the opposite of being tired. You're gonna be more awake because you're actually thinking about it, using your mental energy. So that's why I'm trying to not visualize before I sleep. I want to sleep, but also it's easier to visualize before sleep because you're more relaxed. So when they say like relax yourself, like it actually works a lot. But I'm trying to figure out how to just take my time and be like 15 minutes a day, just kind of sit still. So when I do that, I'll make a separate video. But it's quite cool. I even made notes about it, and I wrote here, it seems like it's easy to start off relaxed and imagining a simple and repetitive motion before gradually going into more complex movements. And it's kind of like warming up my simulation. So you know how like in real practice we kind of warm up some shots, before going to more complex stuff. That's literally what we're doing mentally. And what else? Oh yeah, I wrote here that it's really like playing a tape or doing something I just saw how to do. Like someone shows you how to shoot the ball a certain way, and then you kind of just do it. I also realized, I don't want to make this video too long, but I also realized that there's different types of visualization, because recently I actually did play outside, right? And I noticed that I was visualizing right before, like as I played. And you can only kind of do this by yourself, but I just imagine myself hitting my shot the way I wanted to, which meant like I would hit the ball, and as it got in, I hit the back of the rim. That's always what I aim for, the back of the rim, so that it come back to me. So it's easier for me to just take the ball and just do it again. That's always what I do when I play by myself. And so I imagined that I'd make like a perfect trajectory and it would do that thing that I wanted to do. And then I noticed that when I imagined it, right after I shot it, most likely, like not most likely, but I would actually hit that shot that I wanted to more times than without visualizing it. But I haven't really experimented with not visualizing it because I kind of just do it naturally while I'm by myself. When it's with other people or like in a actual practice session, it's different because you focus more like what's going on. But when you're by yourself, that's why training by yourself is quite important, because you can just imagine yourself, you can just imagine things, just use your creativity, and it's pretty cool. But so now I realize that there's different types of visualizations and like mental imagery and whatnot. And so I want to explore that more and just kind of share that with you. But that's kind of what I found out yesterday. And but yeah, that's what I found out.